All right, we are back with part 2 of our Game Awards coverage here. We got the winners, and I don't think anybody expected what we got. Am I right in saying that, Lakan?
Yeah, I think so. I'm actually like, I still actually haven't gone through all these, and I'm sure that I've got a lot of these wrong.
You are hot, my friend.
What?
You are hot.
Okay, one second.
Yeah, you are crunchy hot.
Let me turn my mic down a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't go the way that I thought a lot of us did. We got a lot right. We got a lot wrong, but we got a lot right. And whatchamacallit?
Were you able to watch it or not?
I got a little bit, but not a lot. I mean, that's prime baby awake and doing stuff time. So
yeah, I was at work, so it was kind of hard for me to just have the phone just up, full brightness, so I could see what the hell's actually happening on screen. You know what I mean? Especially just because it doesn't mean it doesn't run too long.
Oh, all award ceremonies run long.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it feels like this drags so much. In like for what I would think would be something a little more concise or whatever, you know what I mean, in comparison to like the spiel of like Hollywood shucking themselves off, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a little bit of it here too, but I thought it would be like at least a little bit better, especially because I know people complained about it in previous years.
Yeah, I mean it's all just one big advertisement, so they're gonna drag it on for as long as they can to fit more advertisements in. So
yeah, and also I still haven't even seen all the reveals or the announcements of it. I saw like 2 of them, and I was like, well, I'm at work, so I can't really just like tune in too hard, kind of thing.
Right. No, I know it, but yeah, that's the good part about just following it on social media and watching the trailers on YouTube after the fact, which is basically what I did, and then finding out all the actual winners for most of the other categories the next day, right? Yeah. So we so you can go back and listen. We picked who we voted for and who we thought was going to win. A lot of what we didn't really go head to head in a lot of categories. Like we mostly picked the same winners. Like the games that won, we both picked. But like only a couple of times did the game that we picked, like only one of us got it right, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
The other thing that's going to make this difficult is like I picked 2 or 3 games in some categories and they won. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah,
I have them I have them in like yellow on here. But so let's just kind of go through, I guess, category by category. Do you want to start from just start from the top here and I guess the biggest story of the event, or do you want to talk about maybe some of the announcements first, because I do have a few announcements that piqued my interest.
Yeah, let's go through the announcement first, because I didn't even like look at what actually was announced, except for like I saw that one game right at the end.
Yeah, I know there were a couple of big games apparently that were announced. For me, this was all about 3 announcements.
Okay.
The 2 Capcom announcements. Obviously, we're getting a new Onimusha. We're getting a new Okami game.
Whoa. Okay. Cool.
Big deal.
That's sick. That's big. Yeah. Onimusha
Very
rules.
excited
Okami
for that.
rules. Both of those are awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Which also means that those dead franchises aren't completely dead. That Capcom has the IP to. So maybe a new Power Stone, new Darkstalkers,
a new Mega Man.
Whatever. What's that?
A new Mega Man.
Yeah, maybe a new Mega Man.
A good one this time.
Right. So hopefully we see that. The other game is we're getting a new Virtua Fighter, and that's pretty cool.
Whoa, sick!
Yeah,
I didn't even see anything about that at all. Cool. That's awesome.
Again, no fighting game is truly dead, so it's cool to see Virtua Fighter, like I said. So maybe new Darkstalkers coming out, maybe new Power Stone. It would be cool to see.
Yeah.
So those were the biggest ones on my end. I know there were other games that were announced that people were like happy about to hear about, but like I don't know. It went past me. We got a new Ninja Gaiden, Slay the Spire 2.
They had a new trailer, right? I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we also got a game called Shadow Labyrinth, which I made the joke that like, oh, the dungeon from World of Warcraft is getting its own game, but it's basically like it's basically like edgy Pac-Man Metroidvania, where like the overarching villain is basically Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, part of the Pac-Man franchise. What the hell?
That's pretty cool.
Okay, cool.
We are getting a soccer, like an arcadey soccer game from the guys that made Sifu. Was there anything that you had in mind here, or before I just keep going through the list here?
No, again, I haven't even like looked at the list of the with the announcements and stuff. So I'm just kind of reacting to you reading them off right now.
Right. Witcher 4, we're getting
Cool.
that.
Yeah, which is a really popular series. That's good to see.
We're getting a new Elden Ring entry, which is basically going to be like a boss rush roguelike kind of game, which is kind of cool. And I wonder how that's gonna play out. The guy that made Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian is making a new game called Project Robot. Kind of just looks like Shadow of the Colossus with mechs, so that's pretty cool.
Totally down.
That's right up my alley.
Both those games also rule super hard.
Oh, this was really cool. I saw this. Steel Hunters is the new wargaming IP. The guys that made World of Tanks. It's basically World of Tanks with mechs, so that's pretty cool. Borderlands 4.
Okay.
We got Clive from Final Fantasy 16 in Tekken 8. So, like, following that trend where the Final Fantasy protag goes into Tekken with Noctis from the last go-around.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the list here. We got the new Virtua Fighter. It'll be developed by the team that made Yakuza, that makes the Yakuza games.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Ryuga Gotoku. So that'll be cool. They also have another game coming out called Project Century. So I guess it's going to be weird. Like, they're splitting the team to make these two games. I mean, I guess they're, a fantastic studio, so they can do it. But I just thought that was weird. New Turok. That's also something that's pretty cool. I remember that. Basically, it's going to be they're bringing back all the protagonists from Turok. I don't know what it's going to play like, but it's going to be like a third-person game. And that's exciting. Sorry, I'm just trying to read it here. It's going to be a third-person action shooter. New Splitgate, new Warframe expansion.
Splitgate 1 had a lot of potential, and I'm hoping that now that they're a full-blown studio,
right,
they will have a proper return with Splitgate 2.
New Sonic Racing, new Mafia. Here's the Okami sequel. Oh, and here's the thing. Intergalactic is the new Naughty Dog game. So I think that's what everybody was kind of jizzing over, was the new Naughty Dog game. But, for me, that's kind of a... I'm sure for, like, most normal people, it's a big deal, but I don't know, man. I saw a new Crash Bandicoot, so I'm good.
Yeah, so this game, I saw a lot of people, like, clowning on it. I'm like, for me, it's like, I didn't see any gameplay, so that's why I'm like, I don't really care right now.
Right.
I will... especially with like a big studio like Naughty Dog or whatever, like, I'll hold my judgment until I actually see what the game actually looks like. You know what I mean? I don't want to just like assume it's the game I'm gonna like or a game I'm gonna shit on. I'd rather wait for it to actually come out and let me actually see what it's gonna offer. I scrolled back up a little bit and saw the Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. So yeah, also pretty excited for that one too.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm always in a good place when it comes to, old school games kind of coming back with a new coat of paint. Looks pretty good. So I'm
okay. Yeah, these are some pretty solid announcements. I'm sure that the chats were not toxic at all, and we're not dumpstering on everything that was announced.
Right. No, absolutely not. There was nothing going on.
No negativity whatsoever. Everyone was so happy for all the games announced.
Everybody was thrilled about Ciri and The Witcher 4. Everybody was thrilled about the protagonist of the Intergalactic game. Absolutely nothing was wrong. So let's get into the games here. Let's get into the results and see how we did here. Game of the year. I picked Wukong. You picked Metaphor. Astrobot won.
Yeah, which I was pretty stoked
that was
by.
Cool.
I heard that one right at the end, like, because I tuned back in, and I was like, sick, and then I saw the chat being like, rigged, boo, rigged. I was like, yeah, whatever, fuck you. Just like, I was happy for it.
Right, yeah, no, I would be, I was happy for it too, again, because it kind of felt like the underdog going against a lot of these really great games. But, and I saw somebody write about it, and it made a lot of sense. It's like, in a year where everything has been, third-person action, roguelikes, live service games, remakes, like, something finally came out that was different, and they got rewarded for it. So, like, I am happy about that. So I will give that a lot of credit. And now, I already wanted to play it. I want to play it even more now. I just hope it comes to PC at some point, like a lot of Sony's other games. So we'll get there. Okay. Same thing. Best game direction. I picked Wukong. You picked Balatro. Astrobot won that as well. Best narrative. I said it was either going to be Final Fantasy or Metaphor. You said Metaphor. Metaphor won. And now you see the trouble that we're into because I couldn't pick a game. But
let's say you want because we have a bet riding on this. So let's say every time you pick more than one, it's a half point. If it happens to hit.
I already did the math. Yeah, if it's only half a point, I definitely lose. But we can do the math.
Let's you know what? Let's roll for now, and we'll see how it goes. If it's like if I'm blowing out because you decided to shotgun your winner choice, then we'll do it that way. We'll see.
Okay, so best art direction. I picked Wukong. You picked Wukong. Metaphor won. But I actually said my vote was going to be for Metaphor because I just love the way the game looked. I love the art style and all of that. So I did make a note when one of our personal votes won the award as well too. So I was happy to see that. I am happy with the winners. I didn't think anything here was like too like crazy, but like
yes, I mean so far from the first four we've talked about, these aren't like surprises.
So best score music, I picked Final Fantasy or Stellar Blade. You picked Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 1. Unsurprising, I thought, right? I kind of thought that Final Fantasy was going to win, but I was rooting for Stellar Blade again just because it was something different. It was a game that kind of was controversial, and it was the only, I think this was pretty much the only award it was nominated for. So I kind of thought that maybe it would have a shot, but I kind of knew in my heart of hearts that Final Fantasy was going to win this just because it's Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah. It's Final Fantasy. The music's good. I'm like,
best audio design, I said it was going to either be COD or Final Fantasy. I didn't know. Like, I didn't know what what we were going to go with. You picked Astrobot, and Astrobot didn't actually win. It was Senua's Saga that won its only award of the night here. Best performance, I said Humberly Gonzalez from Star Wars. You said Melina Juergens from from what was she in? Final Fantasy?
Hellblade.
And she won.
Senua's Saga. Yeah. I did go back to watch a little bit of the gameplay of it again. It is just like a fantastic vocal performance. Like to me, it's like, oh no, before I was kind of like, I guess I'll go with Juergens on it, and then like once I went back after we finished recording, I was like, oh no, I think she genuinely should deserves this award
for sure. Okay, innovation and accessibility. I said Diablo 4. You said Star Wars Outlaws. Prince of Persia won.
Yeah, that was my personal choice.
And that was your personal choice, right? So I thought that was cool that Prince of Persia got an award here. So I was happy to hear about that. Games for Impact. Again, I don't think we knew a lot about this, but the game that you hyped up, Neva, ended up winning. We both picked Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. So I was happy Neva won too. Neva, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think that's now like I'm just gonna pull the trigger on that this weekend when I get paid. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it now because again I played the previous game and I loved it. So this game is like cool. It got an award. It clearly elicited a response out of people. So I'm like, good. I will just pick this up now.
This next one's funny because we called this, the Final Fantasy 14 Memorial Best Ongoing Games Award, and we picked Final Fantasy 14 basically for everything. Like you voted for it, we both thought it was going to win. I voted for Helldivers 2, and Helldivers 2 won, and I was like, oh shit,
Helldivers 2 won. Okay.
Best community support again. This is like another Final Fantasy 14 Memorial Award here. I thought Baldur's Gate 3 did have a chance to win it though. You voted for Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate did win. So
yeah, that was a prediction. I think my personal
you did vote No Man's Sky.
I didn't want to just do the Final Fantasy category.
It's hard not to, but like I really thought Final Fantasy 14 was gonna bring it, but it just.
Yeah, I mean, again, they take care of their community.
They really just ran into two buzzsaws here with Helldivers 2 and Baldur's Gate. I mean, it's hard. It's hard when you've been doing it every year. It's like the MVP award, right? Where you want to give it to like Michael Jordan or LeBron James every year. So you look for reasons to not give it to them. and you look for other people to give this award to, even though they might be the most deserving, you got to give them one.
Yeah, don't worry, they'll win it again next year. Like it's one of those. I'm not crying over Final Fantasy not winning this year.
So the next three are all Balatro. This was best indie game, best debut indie game, best mobile game. Balatro swept.
Woo! Yeah,
we got that right.
That's
so
good.
Balatro did have a good showing. We kind of thought this was going to be the game of the year because I thought it kind of took over everything. But I think having the game journalists and writers kind of have a vote kind of took it to Astrobot again, rightfully so. I thought it did something different, but.
It would have been nice to see like Balatro be like an indie game single dev kind of thing would have been so sick to see as like a.
But I also am happy that a platformer with a lot of love put into it from doing something different in a world, like I said, of action shooters and action games and roguelikes and live service games. To have that win was pretty awesome too. I will say that. Okay, best VR AR, we had it. It was Batman.
Yeah. Again, like have you seen any gameplay with this yet?
I have not.
It looks sick. Like it genuinely does look really cool. Like I think at least check it out, even if you're not interested in playing anything VR at the moment or whatever. But check it out at least. It's really really interesting to watch.
Right. So, best action. I wanted Space Marine 2 to win. I kind of thought this was going to be Wukong or maybe Stellar Blade because again, Stellar Blade was going to be there, and of course, I was holding out hope for 40K. You voted. You said you thought 40K was going to win. It did not. Wukong won. So. Wukong gets an award this week, this year, which is fine, I think. I think it deserved something, right?
Okay, yeah, that was your vote anyway, though, wasn't it?
I thought it was going to win. I also thought Stellar Blade had a chance, and then I was rooting for 40K, and you voted for 40K.
I voted 40K. You said you personally voted for 40K, but you thought Wukong was going to win. So
I thought Wukong or Stellar Blade could have won again, just because I thought it was all fan vote. And I thought, because Stellar Blade only showed up a few times, that its community of horny fucking guys would put it over the top. But
yeah, the community.
You just can't beat the Chinese.
Yeah, I mean that's the Chinese dub over South Korea. That's the two big studios right there.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean I'm fine with Wukong winning.
I am fine with Wukong getting something. It deserved something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was happy to see that it didn't leave empty-handed. It was a good game. It was something that was pretty monumentous this year. So I was happy to see that. This was a huge upset, I thought. At first, and then realizing, oh wait, no, of course it's not an upset. Best action adventure. We both thought Zelda was going to win. Astrobot won pretty handily, I would say.
Yeah, I think we just put faith in the Nintendo kind of semi-favoritism. You know what I mean? Right. We assume that anytime something Nintendo is out there, people are just gonna very easily, properly receive it, right? Or
but as we've learned, people would rather vote for a robot than a woman.
Is that the angle we're going for now?
Right, could you imagine? Okay, best RPG. You picked Metaphor. I said all of them. I really could have seen any of them win. Metaphor ended up winning, but that was kind of my stance was bro, any of those games could have won. RPG of the year. They were all fantastic. Obviously, Metaphor I think shown as the top throughout all of this. So I am happy it won. It deserved it. It's great.
Yeah. One point, because I DC'd again. One point about the action adventure game. Even though again we thought Zelda would be the winner here, I look back at it now and seeing that even people who are fans of Zelda who reviewed the game had negative things to say about it, I probably should have guessed that kind of knocked it off of the easy free win idea. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I probably should have seen that coming, but again, it's kind of like the whole Oscar bait, right? It feels like, okay, Nintendo puts out a game, it's a very popular game, it should win, right? I think that's kind of what I got clouded by. But no, it's fair. I'm fine for Astro winning for that one. And yeah, and for best RPG. Yeah, Metaphor, again, relatively recent still, right? So it's still kind of fresh in everyone's minds. It just does the traditional turn-based RPG style gameplay right, and it's just like a refined, even more so refined version of Persona, right? So it makes sense. And again, the fact that it can do political intrigue in a video game in this landscape that we're dealing with right now, and still be interesting and not feel exhausting at the same time.
Word.
Yeah, no, they killed it. They nailed it for best RPG. I get it.
For sure. Okay, best fighting games. We both wanted Marvel to win. We both thought Tekken 8 was going to win. Tekken 8 won.
Again, this is a weird category. It's like just get Dragon Ball Z out of here. Get Multiverses out of here. Just like,
I know, man.
There were some like legitimate choices here that unfortunately I think got snubbed. But then I look at it again. It's like I put a rant in the episode like during editing. And it's just like, it's definitely just me being like, oh no, why wasn't Unis involved? Why wasn't Rivals of Ether 2 involved? Because obviously I like those games.
Right.
But it's also like, those are niche games within a niche gaming category already. Yeah. But I'm still going to bitch about it.
Right.
Yeah, fine. Tekken 8 wins. It's fine. It's still a good game. I get it.
Best family. I thought Zelda would win. You picked Astrobot. You got it. Astrobot won. Basically everything it was nominated for, it won. So, again, I'm not upset. I voted for it. I voted for Astrobot, but I just didn't think it would win. And it ended up winning, so that's good. This is a fun one. Best sim and strategy. I voted for the Capcom game, Kunitsugami. You voted for Unicorn Overlord, and Frostpunk 2 won. Yeah,
which is, again, like, I don't know if I've talked about it, but like I thought Frostpunk 2 had a little bit of a kind of a lukewarm reception in comparison to Frostpunk, the original one. So cool, I guess. Good for them. I guess maybe they figured out some stuff and the fans really came out for this game.
Best sports, I picked the AFC, you picked Topspin, the AFC won. It's just like, again, we're getting into that EA soccer game Memorial Award, Best Sports Game Award. It's just, I mean, it's a dire situation when everybody kind of agrees that this sports game sucks, but it's the best of the shit that's come out as far as sports games are concerned. Just because EA, and now to an even greater extent 2K games, just focus on monetizing the Ultimate Team modes, or like the, you know what I mean, the card pack modes, and
which clearly the players of the game don't like, but they still
keep buying it, right? Because they keep making that's the only thing that passes for content, unfortunately. I honestly could have thought, and they didn't do it, I guess because it's not like a global game, but College Football 25 could have done it. Just because it's one of the only sports games that I've seen where people are invested in like the single player modes, where people watch like Dynasty franchise mode, basically like the franchise modes that people do. I think what put EA maybe over the top, EAFC over the top, is that the single player is actually really good. Like the franchise modes and all of that, the dynasties, whatever you want to call it, are really good. But it's been dire for a long time in the sports game realm, and it's a shame that only one company outside of the company making the basketball games has anything to say about it. It sucks, but whatever, you know. No use screaming into the empty room here. Yeah. Best multiplayer, I voted for Warhammer. You voted for Helldivers 2. You thought it would win, and it did win.
Let's go.
I thought it was going to be COD or Tekken 8, but Helldivers pushed over. Anything you want to say there?
Again, like, I was kind of negative on when the game definitely took a turn, right? I was talking about that. But no, again, I think they've done a good job of like kind of righting the ship recently. Yeah. I did get back into it over the weekend, and damn, this game still hits, man. Like, it is just fun. It is just fun. You know what I mean? It's because it's PvE. The chaos is funny. It's hilarious when you and your friends are trying to be, you know, heroes, and then you're just getting smacked around like rag dolls by these giant robots. It's great.
This next category was my favorite. I laughed out loud when I saw this, okay? Best adaptation. You and I both thought Arcane was going to sweep this shit. Yeah. These motherfuckers blew a 3-1 lead, and Fallout won Best Adaptation. I laughed so hard when I saw this. I was like, oh my God, it fumbled so hard.
I honestly, like, I wouldn't... it's one of those things where like I thought Arcane was gonna win. Expected them to win, but Fallout was really popular. I do have to like acknowledge that like it was massive. Where like it's kind of the same things like Last of Us, right? Where like people who don't even play video games watched it and actually enjoyed the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I should have kind of assumed that was gonna be the case, especially with Arcane being like this is a season 2 situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I should have assumed it, but no, it's fine. I'm fine with Fallout winning this one. Yeah, of course it's a little bummed, but whatever. I'm biased.
It blew a 3-1 lead. That shit was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Most anticipated. We called it. It was
Grand Theft Auto. We know. And don't
content...
worry, he's gonna win again next year. Don't worry about it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's gonna win again next year. I know it.
Yeah, when this game inevitably gets delayed for another 3-4 years.
Right. Yeah, when it never comes out. Content creator of the year, Queso won.
This is the devastation. My girl.
Yep.
No. Actually, I was kind of cool with this one. I actually just saw some really cute art somebody made of Usada, Pecora, and Queso just like hanging out, like little chibis of them. I was like, that's cute, and it's they seem to both be pretty positive about it. So I'm fine with it. And again, I've seen a couple clips of Queso. He seems like a really positive guy. So I'm happy for him.
He was the only one I recognized by name, so I should have just taken him for the point, but I didn't. That's all right. Best esports game. You picked Dota 2. I picked Counter-Strike or League 1.
Yeah, League of Legends. I'm surprised the toxicity hasn't fully dragged it down to the pit.
No, I figured League would have won. But I also thought like the global presence of Counter-Strike could have played a part in that, but I thought if any of the MOBAs were going to win, it was going to be League of Legends.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Okay. Best esports athlete, Faker won.
Faker the God, baby! Called it.
Best esports team, T1 won. So your boy got a point there. And that's not even I picked one or two different people.
Yeah. No, you picked.
I picked T1.
That was your proper prediction, and that was my personal vote. So, but I thought Navi was going to be able to take this one out. Okay.
Nope.
There you go. T1.
So now the problem here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got 14.
Okay.
Counting your personal votes winning, if you want to call them half a point, you got 15.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have technically... Well, no. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 exactos, basically. Okay. Right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the winners that I picked multiple of. And then I have 2 of my personal votes winning.
Okay.
So this is the scenario here. So basically what we could do is, okay, so 9 and 3 is 12, 1 is 13. So if you want, we can either call it a push, because I know what figure I'm getting you if you make me get it. I already looked it up. I don't think it's gonna get here by Christmas, but I'm gonna get it for you.
Okay.
And it's a deviant figure. It's deviant as fuck.
Oh no. Okay.
So if you want to just call it a push for your sanity, we can call it a push. But I don't feel like that's going to be a resolution that the people listening to this are going to win.
How about this as our first attempt at trying to do this? Let's go ahead and let's call it a gentleman's agreement. We'll play it as a friendly tie. But we still have to get each other to figure both of us.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah, this is our first year trying it. We weren't exactly sure how we were going to play this out, and I didn't know about your whole shotgunning. I literally recorded what you talked about in the episode of your first mention. So we'll go with your scaling. But I think this year is first time trying this out. Let's do a gentleman's agreement. Shake hands on it. We each buy each other the figurine regardless.
Okay. Deal.
But we're talking about raw point wise. You won though.
Okay.
Including your shotgun choices. We're gonna go with that.
Technically, I won by 1.
Okay.
But again, like I said, so like I picked 2 games for multiple categories. I said literally any of them for RPG, so I just picked all of them. So like it doesn't really count, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, and then one of them I just said fuck off. So, so like for the content creator of the year, I just said fuck off. So like,
yeah.
I don't know if I like, I don't know if that counts, but like, I guess if you want to call it that, sure. But like,
I think I'm fine with this year's a friendly gentleman's agreement as our first try at this.
The payoff is gonna be worth it.
It's gonna be worth it. We're still gonna see some.
I promise you, it's gonna be worth it.
I'll post it onto our social medias when we.
Yes, we will. We will post it.
I'm curious. Friendly handshake agreement. Shaking hands right now. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, shake. I'm shaking my my screen. Great.
There you go. Good game. Get the orange slices in the Capri Sun. But yeah, okay, I'm fine. We'll make nice for this one, and then I think next year we'll set the hard rule like you have to lock in a choice then for next year.
Oh no, is it? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
What happened?
I think the figure I wanted to get you. Oh no, it's here. It's here.
There. Okay. I'm so nervous for this one. Okay. Okay, so should I record the VTuber Award separately since you
want.
You don't really have an input, or should I just do it right now? I guess.
Why not? I mean, we're already here. What do I have going on?
Yeah. So after the Game Awards, I did a solo episode doing the VTuber Awards nominees. I'm just gonna go ahead in order of what they got on the website, I guess, because they just ruined the order from what they had before.
Oh god, I have to fucking. I don't want to use.
Again.
Is my face on my on this account? Hold on.
Is it?
Sorry, I'm buying. I'm literally buying the figure right now.
Oh no. I'm very nervous the fact you already know exactly what you're going.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm getting you.
Jeff is literally purchasing our agreed upon figure right now. I'll just go ahead and start doing the VTuber Award winners. I did the same thing, personal vote and then prediction. First category, just chatting. I said fauna for personal and prediction, fauna as well. Fauna wins. Let's go. Got that one, nailed it. Best art VTuber. I said I would like Ina to win, and I did a shotgun here. I did Ina or Roara. I'd be happy. Roara ended up winning this one. So cool. Hololive sweep so far. Next one. Best FPS VTuber. I voted for Doki, or personal choice for Doki. Boom, Doki wins. Let's go. Love her. Best RP/ASMR VTuber. Don't watch ASMR or roleplay stuff, but I voted for Fauna for both prediction and personal vote. Fauna wins. Let's go. I'm on a roll so far. First 4 categories, I've nailed this.
Congrats.
Personal vote for next one for best music VTuber. Personal vote here was Callie, and my prediction was Suisei. Suisei wins. Bam, 5 out of 5 so far. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see here. Best tech VTuber. Oh, this is my first miss. Okay. Best tech VTuber. I predicted and voted for Doobie. Vettel won. Again, the programmer for Neurosama. So good for him. Next one. Funniest VTuber. I voted for Bibu, and I expected Bibu. Very, very biased here. Chibidoki ended up winning, which is cool. Again, she is very fun. I've seen a lot of her chaotic clips. Those are very fun. Next one. Most chaotic VTuber. I thought the Indonesia gang was going to come out for voting for this one. I thought Kobo Kaineru was going to win for prediction and gonna win. Gigi Murin ended up winning. So that's cool. One of the later talents, or newer talents from Hololive coming out, getting a win already. That's cool. Gigi's fun. I like her. Hidden Gem. I did not do a proper vote for Hidden Gem or for Rising Star. Just unfortunately, I just don't watch enough of the smaller indie VTubers. I do watch them, but they just weren't on my list of anyone that I've even actually seen. But I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they get a little spotlight on them, and I hope that they continue to grow as a content creator. Oh no, Jeff's losing his mind as I'm continuing to read my
no,
winners
because I just got the fucking order form for it.
Oh god. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Jeff's already ordered his piece.
Oh shit! It's gonna get here after the new year though. Unfortunately,
that's fine. Once it comes in, it'll be a nice surprise for us.
I cannot fucking wait.
We should. You know what? Make sure that when these come in, next episode we record, we're in person, so we can unbox it together.
Oh no! Yeah. No, when we get them, we have to do it in person. We have to make a video. We're gonna have to
you're
put it on
right.
the video.
Yeah, we got to. Okay.
What was I gonna say? I sent him a note too, the seller a note, because it's on eBay, and I was like, hey, I run a podcast. We're swapping these figures for like a little pool, Game Awards pool we did. So like, thank you for putting this beauty into the world. Like, just thank you for putting this into the world.
I'm so curious now, but I'll wait. I will wait.
Oh no, we're gonna wait. I want to tell you so bad. I want to show it to you so bad, but I can't.
The anticipation is gonna kill me.
I feel like I have to tell somebody. Yeah, I know who I'm gonna tell.
Just not me.
I know
who
I'm gonna tell. Yeah, no, I know exactly who I'm gonna tell.
Go ahead, go for it. Okay, let me finish these off here. I'm about halfway through. VTuber League of Their Own. I said personal vote was for Kiara. I thought Marine was going to win. Iron Mouse ended up winning. Again, good for Iron Mouse. She's been doing this for a long time. She's an inspiration to a lot of people. Good for her. Next one, Mr. VTuber. I was biased. I voted for Bettle, and then prediction was Shota or Bettle. Porcelain Maid. Cool. Awesome. Again, yeah, Porcelain Maid is very funny. I've seen a lot of his stuff too. I'm perfectly fine with that. Miss VTuber said personal vote for Kiara, and prediction was Mint, and Kiara ended up winning. So that's cool. Even better. Kiara got her win. Perfect. I assumed Mint was just gonna be because of the recency bias of her kind of making her return to VTubing. Next one, Rising Org. I voted for V4 Mirai, and then Mythos ended up winning. So good for them. Again, I've seen more and more clips of them recently showing up on my feed. I haven't really checked them all out, but good for them that they seem to be gaining popularity. You good over there? I just hear Jeff wheezing in the background.
I didn't realize it had like all the action shots of the figure.
Oh,
so I'm just like swapping it around.
Oh,
do you have 6 inches of space?
I'll make space.
You're
for
gonna
it.
have to, because it's
it.
You bought it. I'm buying it for you.
It's a 6-inch base.
No. The figure is 6 inches tall.
Oh, I thought you meant it's a 6-inch base. I was like, this thing's fucking massive. Oh god. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'll make room for it. I'll definitely dedicate a spot
no, it
for
should be all right. It should be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, it might go on the desk next to me just because it is the podcast.
Oh, I hope it does.
It's a podcast piece. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Okay. God. Okay. Let me finish this off here. Most dedicated fan base, the Dragoons. Dragoons ended up winning. This is my vote and prediction. Good for the Dragoons. They stood by Doki even after all of the garbage that she went through in the beginning of this year. The Dragoons, loyal motherfuckers. Good for y'all. Best VTuber org. I voted for Hololive and predicted Hololive, and Hololive won. Cool. I thought the drama in the last couple months would have dragged them down, but let's go. The voting came through. VTuber Parent of the Year. I voted for. I think I personally voted for Kayahara and Diariku, I think it was my prediction. And then Nanolos ended up winning. So good for them. Best VTuber event. I was very biased. I wanted the New York concert to go to prediction and personal vote. It ended up being the Hollow GTA server, the Grand Theft Auto roleplay server. That was very popular, so that's fire. Stream Game of the Year, Lethal Company. Not surprised there. I voted for it. I knew that was going to happen. Again, Lethal Company had made, even non-VTubers, there was so much content made around that game. It kind of struck like how Amogus did. You know what I mean? It was like the right game at the right time kind of thing. Gamer of the Year, I voted for... I personal choice was Bibu. I voted for Kaela. Zentreya ended up winning. Good for Zentreya. LewDtuber of the Year. Again, don't really watch LewDtubers. I just had Mel, and Mel won. Good. Okay, I'll just chalk that up as a point. And VTuber of the Year, I personal voted for Doki, but I predicted Fuumoko. And this one I knew because I saw the tweets about it. Fuumoko ended up winning VTuber of the Year. Good for them. They reached all their goals within their first year. Moved to Japan. They finally made it. If you know, they got it. So that was the VTuber Award winners. So I think I did pretty good actually overall for that one too. I mean, I did nailed the first 5, then I started missing a little bit in the middle when my biases started really getting to me, but there you go. So that was our Game Award predictions and my VTuber Award predictions. And again, looking forward to getting a couple disgusting figurines from Jeff basically in the future.
Not a couple, just one.
Just one. Very... You said it's degenerate, right?
Oh, it's degenerate, but it's funny as fuck. You're gonna laugh.
I almost want to guess what series it's from, but I'm just gonna go ahead and shut my mouth and just I'll let the surprise be for us and for the listeners.
Okay, I will give you 3 guesses off air. We don't have to.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't want to ruin it for them. I don't want to ruin it for the
fair.
listeners.
Okay. Yeah,
I will give you 3 guesses off air as to what this is gonna be. I hope you don't get it though. Fuck, if you get it, I'm gonna be mad.
I won't do the voice. I don't know. We'll see how it feels. I'll probably just see if I can just not think about it, and then if it really gets to me, we'll have a conversation about it.
Okay. All right, that sounds good.
Cool.
So stay tuned for the payoff of this. It'll probably be a few weeks, but there will be a payoff to this. It will be really fucking funny. I promise you. At least on my end, it'll be really funny. I don't know what Lakan's gonna get me, but I know what I'm getting him, and it's funny as shit. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed everything, give us a like, follow us, share us with your friends, listen to it in the car. I shut down the Twitter because Twitter is a shithole, and we are on Blue Sky if you made the switch over there. So I've been posting here and there when I have the chance. So come follow us over there. Looks like we do have a few people following us, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And, again, stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time.
See ya. Crisp.
Don't give me that look. It's liquid death.
I think you have a problem, dude. It's 9 a.m.
It's 10:06. Listen to that, boy.
Okay, I think I have a problem. I don't know what time. I can't be time anymore.
Listen to that. Listen to that pour.
Good. Aggressive pour. Nice head on it. There you go.
Yeah.